tonight. Welcome to our 14th annual Heroes of Hope celebration for individuals and organizations in our community that support the Catholic Enrichment Center. Yeah, I think somebody's gonna go take care of that. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. We know we got a little bit of a late start, but the food will be worth the wait. Again, welcome. Thank you for being here. We're going to get started with our program, and so I would like to invite Ms. Jacqueline Stamps. She is the chair of our CEC Advisory Committee, to come forward with our opening prayer.
Welcome, everyone. We're so glad you're here tonight. And with Father here, hopefully I can do justice to a prayer, but we would like to pray over the food before we get started. For food in a world where many are in hunger, for faith in a world where many walk in fear, for friends in a world where many walk alone, we give you thanks, O Lord. O Lord, make us grateful for this food that we are about to receive, as we remember those who do not have enough to eat. Amen. Amen. Now, I'd like to invite Mrs. Turner up to give us some welcome and opening remarks. But we would love for her to open up with some remarks this afternoon.
To all of you that are here, welcome, welcome. I was trying to make my way around the room. I didn't get to everybody, but I will be before the night is over. I'll give you a hug. I need that more than you do. Okay? So I do thank you, and I thank our Moving Toward Oneness family that started out with us a couple of years ago, and some people longer than that. Moving Toward Oneness is a process that we do, and we always say we're going to do this 6 weeks, we're going to do that 6 weeks, and it has developed into a full-fledged program, and probably took its roots the second time around because of the attitudes when we had the death of Mr. Floyd, if you all remember that. But the first part of Moving Toward Oneness took place. I think I must have been somewhere than our children were 5th grade and 6th grade, just to let you see how it has developed. Kenya's one of our children, and I think she's a long ways from 5th and 6th grade. Okay. And I just can't say enough about that. And when I walked up here, I decided I was going to look at how old this event is. If it were not for relationships, because that's what happened 14 years ago. And the absolute first, I want to use the word couple, because we recognized them at that time, was Mrs. French and the late Mr. French. And I will never forget that. And we saw then that what we were doing was good, thanks to Sister Patsy Guyton. That name may not mean anything to you all, but she was one of two that served here in this Archdiocese as an African-American religious. And Sister had a way of getting her hands in your pocket, and you just open up your pocket and say, okay, sister. But she was good for us. And she came up with this idea, and I went along with it, because I didn't have to do anything but the welcome. But Sister had stores giving us clothing And she had one person I can recall, some of you may know him. His name is Mr. Lee Ewing. He's a member of St. Augustine. And Mr. Gardner, Jeff Gardner. And just so many people would call and they would say, yes, sister, yes, sister. And I love that because our kids really were not, our younger kids were not accustomed to the presence of religious. Now maybe some of you my age, a little bit older, were, but a lot of our kids didn't even know what a sister was. And so we started out having this event and we decided to take it to the community. Because why keep something good to yourself, right? It's like I don't know if Miss Moss is here or not. But of course she's in the kitchen. God love her, God love her. She was here at the very first one. It's like having something so good you know it's good. And it's just that good you want to share it with others. That's what this event did for us. And apparently we did okay with it because we had 2 television stations that wanted to carry this good news. And it is good news when you think about it. Suddenly you get to celebrate people that are just doing because they love doing. I mean, they just do. One person here we recognized last year, maybe it was year before last. I know I saw her, Rita Ward. Where's Rita? Some of the people you see out here working, for the most part, they're members of the the Catholic Enrichment Center Advisory Council. And Rita, Miss Ward, can you just wave your hand like you really care? Okay. Yeah. Sometimes Rita is here before the staff is here. She wants, her dream, her desire is to make sure that people are receiving fresh fruit. And I pulled up one day and I had on all white. I'll never forget it. Of course I had to ask Rita, is there anything that I can do? And she said, well, and Miss Turner, I hate to ask you, because you have a, I said, don't worry about it. I can wipe this off. I'll help you. Well, when she opened up her car, brand new car, it was loaded with cantaloupes and watermelons. And I said to Rita, well, she said, I know I didn't get a lot this week. I'm like, wow. What time did you get up in the morning to make this happen? A lot of people that are doing for us, a great deal of people that's doing for us are doing it out of, well, they're doing it from their hearts. They're doing it from their hearts. Now, I was told to kind of talk to you a little bit because they really are trying to get everything right just for you. So that's why I'm standing up here a little bit longer. Because I'm sure my daughter is probably saying, Amy, what is going on? We got to get on with this. But this event would not be possible if it were not for a lot of you that are out there, that are out here. A lot of you. There's a way. The staff can't do it because the staff at the current time reflects 2 full-time people and a part-time person. So how do they get it done? You make it happen. The Catholic Enrichment Center came into existence because we needed to be in the community. The Catholic Enrichment Center is an offshoot of the direct services that we provided from the Office of Multicultural Ministries. If It was the people that said, we need to see you in the community.
Amen.
And that's what it does. It serves the community. We've had people on staff that went through our programs, and now they are adults with their children. I met a young man that we took into our home to help raise, and I asked him, why don't he come down? He said, well, I got to pick up the rest of my kids from daycare. But he went on to say, I love you and I thank you. So I said, because we have a relationship, make sure I see you in church on Sunday. And he said, this Sunday? I said, this Sunday. He said, yes, ma'am. I said, well, okay. Now he's 36 years old. He's 36 years old. But the mere fact that his children are coming here to programs, Doris Fearman, who worked here with us, she worked here a couple of years ago, and she spent her years here from 6th grade through 10th grade. She was here. So they believe in what we have here, and we just hope that it's not always about money. I want you to know that. Please don't think every time we meet with you it's about money. It isn't. It's about relationships.
Amen.
Relationships. So they just told me, okay, that's enough. So just move along now, and I will gladly do that. I do want to let you all know, good news, good news. You ready for some really good news? Yes. Okay. On June the 30th, I will be refocusing my energy. And I will be doing, and yes, Bob, I'm going to still be doing Military Oneness. But I am going to be, some people call it retiring. That doesn't exist in my vocabulary. I'm going to be doing more of what I want to do. I do what I want to do now, but more of what I really want to do. And so I ask for your guidance and to help me not to say yes to everything, but to, just know that I still exist to serve you. And when they do hire another person, and I'm sure, Carol, the person will be taller than both of us, right? know that the only way the person will make it is because you all will have to get behind that person and help that person. I don't know who it is, but I just thought I would just put that in there. Thank you all, and I turn you over to the person that's running the show.
So there's one more little piece of business we need to take care of before we start calling tables up, and that's to show some appreciation, not just first for our volunteers. So we got a lot of servers that are volunteering to help serve the food. So can we give them a round of appreciation up front? And then there are people that help make this possible. Even tonight we got checks and donations, unfortunately, that didn't go into the program. But I want to call out some names and that you do see in your program. Mr. Steve Deshay, Mr. Lee Ewing, Donna Holmes, Madonna Clark, they all made donations to help make this event possible and help make it possible for some other people to be here. And then we have Miss Roberta Bobby Moore. She made a donation to also help sponsor some people. But we've got a very special donation, and so this gift is extremely generous from the McWaters Family Foundation, and we were gifted with a donation of $5,000 to help the programs and to help the CDC. So we are extremely grateful. Ms. Brenda McWaters is here tonight to represent her family. Foundation to help make that donation possible. So we definitely want to acknowledge that and are deeply grateful and appreciative. So without further ado, we will start calling the food tables.
Start with the Montgomery table.
We need to go get some rice. Let's go. Take some
For their service to and support of the Catholic Enrichment Center. Often this work is done away from the public eye, but the impact is real with ripples throughout the community. In appreciation of the African American culture, each recipient has a Kwanza principle that represents the quality of their contribution to the CEC. One recipient, unfortunately, is not able to be with us tonight, Ms. Sandra Bankston. She's a member of the CEC Advisory Committee. Her consistent and thoughtful presence can be counted on to find ideas that support the work of the CEC, proving that creativity can be quiet, it can be practical, and it is guided by the Spirit. So we say congratulations to 2006 Heroes of Hope recipient Sandra Bankston for Kaumba, creativity. Unfortunately, again, because of an injury, she's not able to be here tonight, but we will make sure that she gets her award. But let's show a round of applause and appreciation for Ms. Bankston. Attending Catholic schools is a privilege and an experience that benefits families beyond educating youth. Amy Knoll, continuing the tradition of excellence set by previous superintendents, knows the value of a Catholic education. She and her team work tirelessly to inspire schools to operate at their best and live the ideals of our Catholic faith. Through the Merton Leadership Initiative, Amy has opened the door to collaboration between the CEC and Sacred Heart Schools for such programs like food drives, possible food from their greenhouse project to support our pantry, as well as class projects that educate the community about important issues such as vaping. Amy, thank you. And we appreciate this relationship. So congratulations to 2006 Heroes of Hope recipient Amy Knoll from the Office of Catholic Schools for NIA Purpose.
Well, Janice, thank you. On behalf of the Office of Catholic Schools, Trevor Timmerberg, who's here, our Assistant Superintendent, and I are so grateful for our partnership. Janice has just been hospitality plus in hosting our Merton Leadership Initiative, which, as you talked about the partnership that has formed with some of our schools, because our school leaders, through this leadership development program that we have in the Archdiocese, they've been able to learn about all of the services here at the center, and so they can go back to their schools and work to develop and build relationships with students through service. But what I would also say is we have benefited more than you have, because not only the hospitality that Janice and her staff give us each year when we come here to spend the day, but the history that we have learned here about our faith, about our heritage, the African American heritage here in our city and in the world. The history is so alive. If you've never had a tour from Janice, take one. The intentionality of how this place is designed and how the rooms are named, and even how you've named this award, the Purpose Award. I will just say we have gained so much more from you than you have from us, but I'm so grateful for the partnership, and we're going to continue it. So thank you. Thank you.
Joanne Cobb is a member of the CEC Advisory Committee. And from the beginning, at the very first meeting, she came with questions. Why do we do things this way? Can we do it this, can we do it that way? Why don't we do this? How can we? Do we? And, in this climate, sometimes questions can be weapons, but her questions were not like that because her spirit is not like that. So her questions were more like gardening tools rather than weapons, which challenged us to kind of dig a little deeper, to focus and to think about what we were doing with focus and clarity. So her presence and support with the projects that we've been doing and all that we have been participating in allowed us to seek alternatives and work in different ways. So Joanne, we appreciate you and your willingness to be so helpful to us. Congratulations. Congratulations to 2006 Heroes of Hope recipient, Joanne Cobb, for Umoja Unity.
Wow. When I got the call from Ms. Mulligan and said that I was one of the recipients, I said, well, I don't deserve this. And that wasn't humility. It was, it's like I have, my involvement with CEC has been more recent. And she, of course, went on and said, oh, everybody says that. And, and so, I felt, took it to prayer and reflection. And I realized that awards, gifts are probably saying more about the giver than the recipient. And as I reflected on that, I thought, wow, how blessed I am to be given a gift by such heroes of hope. The experience that I have had and continue in this community, in the staff, in the African American community. The witness of courage in the face of ongoing racism, cuts to staff, and your spirit has inspired me and continues to inspire me to be a better person. And I thank you for that. And so I accept this not because I feel like I am a hero. I feel like I can grow to be heroes like you all. And thank you.
Well, as Ms. Turner said earlier, moving toward oneness is the process that it allows people to come together through food, through fellowship, and a willingness to be open, to open ourselves up and share life experiences. Gary and Judy Montgomery participated in this process, deepening relationships with individuals with organizations and especially with the Catholic Enrichment Center. And through the CEC, they also have gotten to know different cultures and the programs that we offer. Seniors enthusiastically welcomed Gary when he came and did a senior retreat with us a few years ago. Just thrilling them with his energy and with the faith that he expressed. Gary and Judy are key volunteers for an annual event that we have, our annual back to school fair. And so they help to collect school supplies. More importantly, they come and help us stuff those backpacks and then set up and distribute them. And so they've been hands-on, and we have just been so blessed to have them be a part of what we do here. And so we thank you, Gary and Judy, for your time and for your talent and for your treasure to the Catholic Enrichment Center. So congratulations to our 2026 Heroes of Hope recipients, Gary and Judy Montgomery, for Ujima Collective Works and Responsibility.
He's the speaker in the family. You know, as I was going through this booklet, on one of these pages, there was a program, wasn't a prayer, but a poem. And it says something about heroes are like you and me. And the one thing that I have learned with working with all of you and others too is that how true that is. I've learned that if I am friendly, my organization, my parish will be friendly. The people around me will be. If I give of my time, my children, my family, my parish will see that and give their time. And the biggest thing that I have learned from all of you is if I move toward oneness, you too will join and others in growing and moving toward oneness. So thank you for teaching me.
And I'm supposed to follow that, huh? A number of years ago, a lot of years ago, I grew up at 32nd and Broadway, just down the street here, between Broadway and Garland. 829 South 32nd. And when I was in the first grade, Mama told me I had to go to school. I said, oh, no, I don't want to do that. She said, yes, you're going to school. So she put me out the front door, and I said, no, I'm not going. And then she started to follow me down the first step. I walked a little bit further, and finally I sat down on Henry Bacon's steps at his house. Mom said, you're going to school. I said, I don't want you to take me. I'm going to go by myself. She said, okay, go ahead. Well, Mom wanted to take me. So we went a little bit further, and we got a little bit closer to school. And I sat down again. I said, no, you're not going with me. And she said, yes, I am. I said, no, you're not. So finally I got into the first grade, into the classroom, and I looked around for my mama because she wasn't there. But like always, here comes Mama. You know, kind of like you people. You know, you're always helping, always giving, and you're always there to guide people as givers. CEC has been a wonderful organization to help people, to teach people like Judy and I how to give, because you're such a giving group of people. And we wanted to be around you. We wanted to learn more about you, and you keep teaching us how to give. And we keep thanking you for helping us grow. Thank you very much.
Anybody who has attended one of our days of reflection, one of our African American history, Catholic history celebrations, one of our Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King celebrations, or a host of any other multicultural prayer services and or masses. If you've done any of that, then you have encountered our next recipient, Mr. Barry Mudd, even if you do not know his face yet. Barry is the one from the Office of Worship who gives us insight into how to make our expressions of faith as sacred and as uplifting as possible while being sensitive to culture. Some of you may even recognize him from workshops on being a lector or being a Eucharistic minister, or even workshops about the liturgy itself. But Barry has been here, he's been a presence here doing that formation and education in our community. And so if you do not know his face, you will tonight because he's here. So Barry, we are so grateful for your presence and this relationship that we have with the Office of Worship and with you for the way that you help to make the things that we do as spiritual as possible. So thank you very much, Barry, for your presence, and congratulations to our 2026 Heroes of Hope recipient, Barry Mudd from the Office of Worship for Imani Faith.
Those of you who know me know that it might not be good to get me up here at the microphone because I might not shut up, but I will keep to this short period of time that I've been told. Thank you so much. It has always been a joy to work with those in the Multicultural Office, with Annette, with Janice, with all those who've gone before, all those who have connected with the center. It has been a joy because it's collaboration. It's not something where I come in and I say, well, you have to do it this way. We talk about why and what and all of that. And for those of you who've been through our formation programs, it has been a joy too, to be able to plant those seeds. One of the things that's always been inspiring to me is, particularly in these West End parishes, that there has been such an emphasis on the formation of the laity. You know, when John the 23rd in 1959, shortly after he was elected, called for the Second Vatican Council and wanted to throw open those doors and windows of the church and let the Spirit breathe new life into it, it was well received by the clergy and the laity in the West End of Louisville and other parts of Louisville, but the amount of formation of people in the parishes. Thanks very much to Annette, thanks to Jim, thanks to all the clergy that have done a part of that. So if I've had any part of that, I appreciate that and have been honored to do that. And thank you for this award. And now I need to stop because otherwise I'll keep going. Thank you.
What can I say about John Reed? While I worked with him on the parish leadership team at St. Augustine, it was really in his day-to-day role of community outreach coordinator and later on director of the CEC that I, and I have to say many others in this community, witnessed his passion for justice and commitment to his faith. Whether it was the Male Style Show, the Male Retreat, voter registration, working to reimagine how we distribute food through our Dare to Care pantry, or a host of other projects, John was and is a man of commitment and a man of faith. John, thank you so much for the gift that you have given to us as a Catholic Enrichment Center, and congratulations for being a 2026 Heroes of Hope recipient, John Reed, for Kuji Chakalia self-determination. And boy, that was definitely fit.
thank the Office of Multicultural Ministry, Ms. Turner, for giving me the opportunity to be the director here at Catholic Enrichment Center. Most of all, I want to thank the staff that was in the churches with me when I was down here as director. I want to thank Dr. Brooks, who's over there at my table, who set the groundwork for a lot of things we've done. Ms. Sanders, which was junior Dr. Brooks, very organized, kept us together. Ms. Cat was a volunteer, but anytime we asked her for something, did something, she did it. Ms. Lawson is not here, sick, and Ms. Rita Ward, we could always count on them. Anybody that knows, if you're trying to run a nonprofit, you have to have dedicated volunteers. And they were that. And James Alexander, who was not on staff, but was down here a lot, helped us with food, the food program. Our clients, he introduced them to the Gen Care Health System. And it was a pleasure working with them. The reason I invited them here, I wanted to get them all back together again, because I worked in nonprofits for a number of years, but working in a nonprofit, and you get to know the people that you work with. I still consider them my friends. You don't know what it is to you work in this place, and every day you never know what was going to walk through the doors, what you're going to be confronted with. And I tell you, it wasn't about the money. Those guys, they don't pay that well for the work that you do. And you have to have a dedication to be willing to do the work that we did. And I thank them, because all of them worked extra hours, more than was needed to get the job done. And I want to thank them very much, and that's why I invited them here. And I want to thank all the other recipients for all the things that you do for the center. I feel in my heart that this center is very important to the west end of Louisville, and I hope that in the future you can maintain and be here and do great things. Thank you.
Kenya Turner Thurman saw a need and found a way to meet that need through a hobby that she enjoys, cycling. So as a result, the Catholic Enrichment Center Cranksgiving Food Drive was born. And because of that, hundreds and hundreds of families beyond the CEC's typical weekly pantry participants have enjoyed a Thanksgiving dinner with all the trimmings. Due to her leadership and organization in getting cycle clubs to donate, as well as other members throughout the community, we have been able to feed these families through our pantry and at the holidays when gathering as a family and enjoying the meal together is so important. As this initiative continues to grow, Kenya, we are so grateful to you for the work that you have done thus far and for helping us to be able to serve more people in need in this community. So congratulations to our 2026 Heroes of Hope recipient, Kenya Turner Thurman, for Ujamaa, Cooperative Economics.
I brought my assistant with me this evening. Good evening, everyone. I am deeply honored to accept this award and grateful for the opportunity to recognize those incredible people who have helped make this effort possible. There is a quote that continues to guide much of this work. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. This award is not mine alone. It belongs to every volunteer, participant, donor, sponsor, and community partners who have joined us along the way. At the beginning of the pandemic, I was searching for ways to help others and came across the story of Cranksgiving. Cranksgiving is the brainchild of a New Yorker who created this event in 1999 as a way to feed hungry families during the Thanksgiving season. It began as a race where cyclists rode to various checkpoints, purchasing non-perishable food items, especially Thanksgiving staples, and carrying them in backpacks or panniers. At the end of the ride, all the food was donated to a local pantry and helping provide crucial holiday meals for families experiencing food insecurity. What started as a free, single event in New York has grown to more than 100 cities across the United States, Canada, and the UK. When I read about it, I immediately thought, I'm bringing this to our community. Part bike ride, part food drive. I was all in. So 7 years ago in 2020, Cranksgiving Louisville was born. Since then, it's been the generosity and dedication of our community who have collected well over 5,000 individual food items for local families in need. But the numbers only tell part of the story. Behind every frozen turkey, every can, every box of stuffing, every donation, and every mile ridden is a neighbor helping another neighbor. I would be remiss if I did not specifically recognize continued support of Middle of Town Cycling. We have the owner, Nira King Habwala, with us. The Social Concerns Committee of St. Martin de Porres, Mrs. Kim Mappin, please stand, you guys mean the world to me. And the Catholic Enrichment Center, who is the beneficiary of all the food that is donated. Year after year, volunteers like Mrs. Mapp and those from college students to high school students and those from the community have stepped up to help sort and count hundreds upon hundreds of individual food items to make multiple trips, and Ms. Mapp knows about this, multiple trips back and forth from the park to deliver those donations right here to the Catholic Enrichment Center. Their willingness to do the behind-the-scenes work that often goes unseen has been essential to the success of Cranksgiving Louisville. I am incredibly grateful for their partnership and dedication to serving our community. This award represents what can happen when people on two wheels and the larger community come together around a shared purpose. It is proof that a simple idea can grow something meaningful when a community embraces it. As the saying reminds us, if you want to go fast, yeah, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. The success of Cranksgiving Louisville is a testament to how far we can go when we work together. Thank you to everyone who has ridden, donated, volunteered, sponsored, sorted, counted, delivered, and supported Cranksgiving Louisville over these years. Your commitment has helped ensure that families in our community can enjoy a holiday meal and know that they are not alone. I am honored to accept this award on behalf of all of you. Thank you.
So can we give one more round of applause to all of our 2026 recipients? So well deserved. We are so blessed with their work and their contribution, as well as all the people here. Before we conclude this evening, I do want to do a few more acknowledgments. So I want to acknowledge the staff of the CEC. So we have Ms. Marie Mucker, we have Miss Maya Little, and is Miss Mary Holder still here? Oh, she might be in the kitchen. Miss Mary Holder. So that's the staff of the CEC and Office of Multicultural Ministry. And then I'd also like to acknowledge a group that's a tremendous support to the Catholic Enrichment Center, and that's the CEC Advisory Committee. And so we have Ms. Moss, we have Ms. Stamps that you saw, we have Ms. Mosby. Yes, please stand up. We have Ms. Brenda McWaters, we have Ms. Rita Ward, Ms. Joanne Cobb, we have Mr. John Reed, and I hope I didn't miss anybody. Yeah, we do have a few more members, but they're not able to be with us tonight, but we want to thank you. And as always, those are regular members, but as always, we also want to thank the parish of St. Martin de Porres and Father Bill Bowling for support of the CEC. And so, in conclusion, we have a closing prayer, and as Ms. Moss is coming forward with that, please remember we have food left over, so if you feel free to take whatever you want home with you, share it with others, and thank you so much for your support and for being here this evening. And we look forward to seeing you again at our next Heroes of Hope celebration. Thank you.
Ourselves as we prepare for our journey home. Loving God, we give you thanks for this day, a day that we have never lived before. Tonight, we ask for three things. Going forth, may all our plans be open to your wise decisions. May all our fears be entrusted to your divine strength. And may all our actions flow from your sacrificial love. Lord God, your love is as vast as the morning sky. Your mercy, sure as the rising sun. Your voice is in the wind, and your goodness is evident in each work of creation. As we look forward to a new day, may we each of us know your love, see your mercies, hear your voice, and notice your goodness all around us. Grant each one here tonight safe travels home, and hear all our voices of gratitude. Amen. Amen.
So thank you. One quick announcement. Recipients, please hang around a moment for a group picture.